Why, hello, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Although this is Audible, so yeah. Let's do some leyline overflow, shall we? Let's do these real quick. Anyway, the agenda for today is to read some good old lore. And also finish off the event. And there's some stuff here to gather, but I'm not gonna gather it. That's this guy again. Yeah, I can plunge. It's not exactly the best, is it? Yeah, I'll leave those chests for next version. I'll leave exploration over here to get the last remaining chests next time. There's also that. I'm not sure if I've done it, so I'm gonna check it out first. It's taunting me? How dare you? Should have known better, little Saurian. Okay, that should be it.
Yeah.
More can be obtained here. We'll check what this thing is first. I can't remember. I think I've seen it before. What are you? Collect as many orbs as possible, manifest at this Duskgrace altar and follow as an active character. Dispel the monster's thunderous rebuke state. Thundering wild manifestation may also absorb these orbs to create an electro ward for itself. Several Duskgrace orbs. Pull them towards itself by collecting as many Duskgrace orbs as possible. You can create a strong pilgrim shield for yourself to defend against the monster's highly damaging skill. Those aren't the orbs, are they?
Yep.
Here it is. I don't have enough stamina for this. It's gonna do it, isn't it? Yep. Yes, Tupu's lushness. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, let's get out of here. Leave. No shit told you progress or whatever. Maybe it does. What the fuck? You can ambush Basarians. I can get rid of this. No, that's a Shrine of Depths. I don't think it's this. Is it this? Anyway. How to make friends. Help the troubled hunter. Outside the stadium of the Sacred Flame, a saw on the canopy seems to be troubled about something. Let's go get healed first. Ah, shit. It's a trap.
コーチの登場だ。呼吸を整えよう。
Hey, Tlamat. That poor little Yumkasaurus. That does it. I'll show them. I'll show those scoundrels. You can run, but you louts, but you can't hide. What happened? You're a traveler from afar, then. Greetings to you. Though I fear I cannot extend any hospitality to you beyond that. Those wretched treasure hoarders were aiming to catch that little Yumkasaurus again. Fortunately, I was on hand to chase them off. But the poor thing's been scared stiff. They won't come any closer no matter how I call out. No matter. I found their hideout. I'm gonna teach them a lesson. And once I do, I'll have them lashed to a tree. And lashed with one too. It's gonna lash him with a tree? Also, I'll have to find something tasty to comfort that poor little friend's Yumkasaurus. I suggest you focus on the comforting. Let's go teach those treasure hoarders a lesson. You do speak sense. That poor child has been terrified enough. Alright, let's go calm him down first. Come along then. From the look of you, you must be an experienced adventurer. But the two of us there, those thieves won't dare try anything. And don't worry about payment. I know the guild's rules, and I'll follow them. That little one just loves eating candle-cap mushrooms. And if I recall, lots of them grow under the tree over there. Why don't you start by picking some? I'll be gathering candle-cap mushrooms on the other side. Once you're done with yours, let's meet up at the cliff near the stadium. That's where the little Saurian usually takes a break. Unless we can find him there. Alright, get roped into this. Gather 2 fresh candle-cap mushrooms. You mean this? Probably not. That's probably a specific fun. Excuse me.
They should go. Let's go look for Tlamat.
I thought I'll be up there. Where is even that little Yumka? Is he down there? This is where he normally hangs out, but there's no trace of him today. He must have hidden after that scare. Should we go searching for him? Nah, let's leave him in peace for a while. We'll just leave the mushrooms here. You've got experience, I see. And taking care of that kid? Definitely. I've been looking after him for a while now, so I know he's a sensitive sort. Even the sight of strangers might spook him. Only after I fed him for a long time was he willing to approach me. I doubt he'll be coming out any time soon. Now that those villains have made a mess of everything. We'll need to leave him alone for a while. Thanks for coming along. Here's the reward. It's just a pity we couldn't see him. Love to have met that little Yumkasaurus. Don't worry. He remembers those who've done right by him. When the time is right, he will definitely come to see us. But would he know that it's even us that did it? Anyway. Protect the leyline monolith. No thanks. Internal combustion charge. Now, yeah, I've already seen the skirt short. It's kind of nice. So it says that she's an outsider, but not a descender. And she's not worthy of being a descender. Dang. Those type of words. Anyway, yes, I just remembered what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to go into the little one's abode. Why did I mark this? Was it on top? Let's see. Did I mark it with the wrong thing? Why did I mark it with the chicken leg? It's a bit strange.
Yeah.
And there's nothing here. Oh well, whatever. I'll open them all once Nightcry comes out or something like that. This one. I'm not sure about this one. I think it's supposed to be a Shrine of the Depths. I just gotta check this out real quick.
Coach の登場だ。もっと早く、もっと強く。
Damn it. Where's it taking me? What? God damn it. Have I done this? It's a sacrificial brazier that received burning blessing. Charge attacks deal extra power damage. Reaching a certain stage in a battle, the Tomosaurus will take flight and grant itself grand reward, freezing a sacrificial brazier. Now time continuously execute powerful attacks. During this time you can use power attacks to melt the tough ice. Okay, I can't really do it with this team. I need to craft a new team. Or I can modify this one. Let's just modify it for a little bit.
Engine Mavica これより参戦する。
ご安心を。
行け、もう自由だ。
風が立つぞ。今だ。変わろう。加速するぞ。
ご助力を。
自由になれ。
全弾発射。飛ぶか。 変わろう。聞け、太陽の炎を。これが運命か。今だ。かさあ。
周りを見張っててくれ。じゃあな。
変わろう。アクセル全開。せい。せい。
あまり遠くに行くなよ。
はっはっおソーランの憩いはっはっ
烈日よ、私に従え。止める勇気はあるか。石煙に葬られよ。
海のちぎりよご安心を。策に問題が。
How the fuck are you supposed to do it? So, would I need more pyro? Is that it? Do a quick setup. Pyro, and more pyro, I guess. I need him for. Actually, he could just make a new brazier, can't he? Yeah, whatever.
絶対に足は引っ張らない。
Oh, full pyro. Alright, let's see if we can do it this time. Yeah, let's do this.
冒険くらえ。
熱々でしょやっ
輝くホムラよ、姿を現せ。
頭上を焼き尽くす。
全力攻撃だ。
料理の時間だよ。
燃えよ。それこの天下で裁く。
みんながそばにいてくれれば傷なんて痛まない。くらえ。
ルオパー火を吹け。
変わろう。
What again?
束縛の炎。
熱々でしょ
変わろう。聞け、太陽の方向を加速するぞ。伝承もここまでか。
Fuck's sake.
光を灯せ。
料理の時間だよ。
みんなは俺が守れ。燃えろ。 険だ冒険。へっは
熱々でしょ。
束縛の炎。はっいや通常を焼き尽くす赤煙に葬られよ。これが運命か。
What the fuck?
世界に拒まれた。
I don't fucking get it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I'll try this one more time. I think Auroron can aim at the fire symbol and make a new one. I think.
さあ行くぞ。恨みっこになったぞ。僕が行く。自由になれ。行け。もう自由だ。いや。
撃て。ロックオン。撃て。今だ。
じゃあな。
ソーランド行こい。
いやっと。周りを見張っててくれ。あ、いや、進め。そっとだ。
今だ。
What? I don't understand. What am I supposed to do with this?
よっ。医者の心残りだぜ。
I really do not understand. I'll figure out my own time, I guess. Was I supposed to put it underneath him or something? Oh, whatever. Anyway, before we do the event, let's do some reading, I guess. Probably not here. Let's go to the captain. Since the next story will take place here, and it makes sense that I do it here. Okay, I think we're doing living beings this time. Tenebrous Mimiflora. Abyssal monsters that have descended to this world from the deep, dark depths of a twisted and alien world. They possess a plant-like appearance. It is said that where the corrosive waves of the dark tide lap, such plant-like dark monsters will grow. But they only bear a superficial resemblance to plants, for it is a form they only adopted to get closer to the tree-like world, that they might extract the necessary concepts from it, and analyze and imitate them. Some raving lunatics who have lost their minds say that those things that extend out like leaves are actually the beginnings of gates to other worlds. You know what? Looking at it, they kind of look like the design from Vita. Yeah. So these are just abyssal whopper flowers, I guess. Yeah, they had the same image as the Marana. I guess that makes sense. That is abyssal, and we fought that with Arama, Tenebrous Papilla. It's kind of like wings, like angel wings. Observe. Abyssal creatures with plant-like forms that have descended from a deep, dark, unfathomable, contorted other world. These twisted monstrosities are capable of infiltrating deep down into the bowels of the earth, extracting memories to imitate and manipulate. Through this process of distorting the past memories into more abstruse and sordid forms, they gradually draw closer to Irminsul's core, threatening to undermine its very existence. Some said that these aberrations were constantly to corrupt the many colors of light, leaving only pitch-black information in their stead. Such a hypothesis seems to be confirmed by the branches they extend outward, as if to pierce the void itself. Corrupt the many colors of light, leaving only black. So these are like the black tide. Secret Source Automaton, Hunter Seeker. Hate these guys. An ancient rune automaton used in abject collection. Legend has it that these ancient rune machines were designed for specialized work functions, primarily conducting experimental work such as capturing and collecting samples, and had only basic combat functionality. That's only basic? According to rumor, these were not built by humans, but are instead creations of a yet more ancient civilization. Today, that civilization has been lost, and all that remains are these strange machines that roam the land. Secret Source Automaton Configuration Device. A manufacturing machine from the ancient ruins. This type of machine, which can transform into numerous shapes, was used by the monsters of the ancient ruins to perform various manufacturing tasks. As long as you learn how to use such a machine, you could build a city colossal beyond imagination, even within extreme environments like the depths of a volcano. In addition, it also seems to be able to be used as a weapon. Though the ancient civilization has long since fallen, this machine, shaped like a giant claw and powered by the golden designs engraved on it, can still engage in battle based upon its preset instructions. Ah, see there, foreshadowing. Even within extreme environments like the depths of a volcano. They foreshadowed it at the very beginning of Nunlun. Was it the very beginning? Yeah. I think it came out with Kinich. It's like Mualani, then Kinich. Secret Source Automaton Overseer Device. A domination mechanism from the ancient ruins. In ancient times, to oversee the operation of their megacities, a mighty race vested part of their power into a form of phlogiston-engineered intelligence. Driven by their mission and by means of various other mechanisms, the machines upon which it was bestowed once controlled the functioning of myriad cities across the land. Now, long after their ancient civilization's fall, through wars with an emerging race. These once wise contraptions retain only the most basic of commands. This is part of their power. For phlogiston engineered intelligence. So it's AI? Yeah, it's kind of like a face. A dragon face. The Natlanians, of course. Let's see. Forged Sand Interrogator. A valiant warrior of the canyon, and a tribal guardian who patrols the crystal mountains and rivers. A tribal warrior wielding a ball-headed club. She can turn even the hardest of rocks into dust with her crushing blows. When not using her weapon to fight, she instead often smashes open rocks in search of precious gems and traces of phlogiston crystals. Yeah, there is a ball on her club. Forged Sand Shieldbreaker. A valiant warrior of the canyon, and a tribal guardian that patrols the crystal mountains and rivers. Tribal warriors wielding massive warhammers with both hands. They are the vanguard that is the first to breach the enemy's defensive lines. For the children of echoes, who delight in gemstones and all manner of crafted ornaments, hammers are often the first tool to be touched by the tribe's warriors as children. Hammers, huh? What about chisels? Forged Sand Javelineer. A valiant warrior of the canyon and a tribal guardian that patrols the crystal mountains and rivers. In an era when the ridges were shattered and the tribes needed to rebuild, the warriors used javelins as markers to determine the locations on both sides of the canyon from which passages should be dug. That meant that each javelin had to be sunk deep into the rock. Which means these javelins are sharp as shit. Swift Step Seeker. A warrior from the canopy, and a tribal guardian that patrols the forests, valleys, and mountain streams. Unlike the warriors of other tribes, these warriors, ever swinging around the mountains using their grappling hooks, are always considering how to defeat their opponents with unexpected attacks. It's like she's doing a dance. Swift Step Storm Scout. A warrior from the canopy and a tribal guardian that patrols the forest valleys and mountain streams. It is said that these sword-wielding tribal warriors stand under trees and cut every leaf that falls over the course of a day in order to hone their fighting skills. But just as leaves fall silently, so are the slashes of these swift couriers soundless. Not their battle cries, though. Swift Step Armed Courier. A warrior from the canopy and a tribal guardian that patrols the forest valleys and mountain streams. Many wonder if claymores are too heavy to be wielded by the couriers of the Sons of the Canopy. But perhaps it is precisely because their duties are heavier still that a weapon more capable of deterrence is a necessity. Flowing Blade Skirmisher. A warrior from the source of the springs, and a tribal guardian that patrols the waters and shores. In lieu of weapons, these tribal warriors have mastered the techniques of raw physical combat. Their seemingly ordinary fists and feet contain the power equal to the crashing waves. So they're pugilists. Nice. Flowing Blade Grease Soul. A warrior from the source of the springs and a tribal guardian that patrols the waters and shores. These warriors always lead the charge, and the swords in their hands are as teeth and that saw through bone. The members of the tribe who practice the sword do so in the water, honing their skill and strength against the resistance of the water itself. The best among them can cleave a swimming fish in two. Oh shit, I forgot to go to my Saurian's domain. I'll go there after this. Flowing Blade Harpoon Thrower. A warrior from the source of the springs, and a tribal guardian that patrols the waters and shores. Underestimate the incredible skills these brave harpoon-wielding warriors have gained through hunting and fishing at your peril. They said that in the past, tribespeople would use these skills to hunt massive sea beasts with fins and scales as tough as iron. Winged Warrior, Sky Soarer. A warrior from the cliff tops and a tribal guardian that patrols the steep mountain ridges. These tribal warriors trust their own two hands more than any weapon. Above all else, they are renowned for their lithe and agile bearing. Winged Warrior Feather Shredder. A warrior from the cliff tops and a tribal guardian that patrols the steep mountain ridges. Proud sword wielders whose blade strokes are as sweeping as a Kukusaur's outstretched wingspan. Blood sprays forth like scattered feathers from the wounds they inflict. Winged Warrior Skymaster. A warrior from the cliff tops and a tribal guardian that patrols the steep mountain ridges. By observing and emulating the claw strikes of airborne saurians, these warriors have grasped the essence of harnessing their own power. Their kicks delivered from up high should not be underestimated. He's wearing sneakers. Nice. Sneakers? Or whatever those are. Spirit Speaker Warrior Determinator. A warrior from the Night Wind and a tribal guardian that patrols the misty canyons. To a certain degree, they can draw upon the power of their body paint to wield their weapons with their willpower. But often doesn't work. Doesn't work properly. And the weapon ends up wielding them instead. Spirit Seeker, a Speaker Warrior. Psychokinetic. A warrior from the Night Wind and a tribal guardian that patrols the misty canyons. They said that their body paint is an art that evolved from the practice of phlogiston engraving, and that it takes long years of training to fully master the power contained within. Gotta train some more. Spirit Speaker Warrior Contemplator. A warrior from the Night Wind and a tribal guardian that patrols the misty canyons. Only sentries whose strength has been tested are permitted to daub themselves with such body paint, infused as it is with mysterious powers. This also signifies that these warriors have reached a new phase in their mental training. Ferocious Warrior, Human Ram. A warrior from the plains and a tribal guardian who watches over the golden fields. They are adept at using their horn-studded blades to strike at enemy weak spots. Be careful not to let them detect any of yours. Smunuts. Ferocious Warrior Wrestler. A warrior from the plains and a tribal guardian who watches over the golden fields. They have trained their strength relentlessly since the moment they set their sights on becoming a warrior. When they bring their two-handed weapon down in a mighty strike, the sheer force is something no ordinary person can withstand. Ferocious Warrior Grappler. A warrior from the plains and a tribal guardian who watches over the golden fields. The art of unarmed combat is regarded with great honor among the collective of plenty. Warriors who embark on the long path of training for such an art must possess the strength to hurl a spear 1,000 yards. Is that why they have spears? Tibetlosaurus Warrior, Shard Striker. A powerful warrior from the canyon whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. A warrior who can strike with the power of a rockfall, even among the children of echoes who live and breathe rock and crystal. Saurian crowned warriors are masters who understand rock and stone better than any. It is said that they can even divine the purity and green of the interior of raw ore merely by looking at the rough exterior. Oh? Isn't that Ashtahar's good side? I forgot the name. Oh well. Tibetlosaurus Warrior, Rockbreaker Blade. A powerful warrior from the canyon whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. A warrior who can strike with the power of a rockfall. Legend holds that the sulfurous veins were once a more complete and more beautiful mountain range. It was only when the black tide came that the Saurian-crowned warriors of the Children of Echoes carved the earth itself to guide the tide, giving the veins their current appearance. Black tide again. Oh, he has a hoodie. There's dreads too. It's nice to actually look at this. So you can actually see what they look like. Yumkasaurus Warrior, Whirling Leaves. Powerful warrior from the canopy, whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. A warrior who can use a grappling hook to extend their attack range. Grappling hooks are an indispensable part of daily life for the Scions of the Canopy. However, only the wildest warriors will combine the hooks with sword blades to create a weapon both exceptionally lethal and difficult to control. Yeah, he does look kind of crazy. He also has a hoodie. Yumkasaurus warrior, flowing skyfire. A powerful warrior from the canopy, whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. A warrior who can use a grappling hook to extend their attack range, following intricate mechanical tinkering. The hand cannon they wield can be fired using said grappling hook. For the Saurian crown warriors of the size of the canopy, refining one's skills and thought is more important than training the spirit and will. Does it use like gunpowder to fire? Koholosaurus warrior, wave shuttler. This one's pretty cool. A powerful warrior from the source of the springs. His bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. A warrior who can temporarily harness the power of the waves to shuttle back and forth. According to legend, the tribe's heroes can take advantage of exceptional speed to move across the waves, with no need of any tool. Today, the tribe believes this to be a sophisticated, complex art used to drive the waves, with the way one moves being at its heart. Damn, look at that ponytail. Never noticed. Koholosaurus warrior, reef splitter. A powerful warrior from the source of the springs, whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. A warrior who can temporarily harness the power of the waves to shuttle back and forth. It is said that one must undergo 3 states of training to master the skill. First, to adapt. Second, to submit. Finally, to drive. Mastering this method of movement is merely the entry-level requirement to become a Saurian-crowned warrior of the people of the springs, and the greatest among these warriors can even use his skill to sail on land. God dang. It's just a high ponytail. Very nice. She has quite a muscular build. Nice. Kukusou warrior, Heart Star Hammer. A powerful warrior from the clifftops, whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. Even in Natlan, the nation of Pyro, members of the Flower Feather clan have a unique approach when it comes to wielding fire and flames. For these tribal warriors, armed as they are with heavy hammers, flames are something that bursts forth from violent collisions, symbols of intense passion when they do battle. The fight usually ends within an instant, and they are always the ones who stand victorious. Always, huh? So they all have hoodies? Is that it? Kukusou warrior, Blazing Sky. A powerful warrior from the clifftops, whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. Among the many varieties of Saurians, the Kukusaurs stand particularly proud, and this is a trait that is shared by the Kukusaurus warriors, who are able to obtain their recognition. It is said that in the past, tribal warriors would watch these crimson Saurians amuse themselves by tossing flaming stones from great heights. That it was this that first inspired them to set off projectiles to cause explosive chain reactions. This concept, gradually refined over time, is said to have been the origin of many of the Flower Feather clan's firearms. Oh, wait. These ones have brown hair. These ones are blonde. These ones, a mix of blonde and brunette. This one seems to be both be kind of a mix of both. Well, anyway, Ictomosaurus warrior, Icy Tidebearer. A powerful warrior from the Nightwind whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. Tribal warriors from the Masters of the Nightwind do not typically excel when it comes to conventional strength. The ability to manipulate weapons with ease comes instead from years of mental training. Thus, compared to combat prowess in itself, warriors from the Masters of the Nightwind place greater value on the gift of speaking, drawing upon the power of special graffiti and willpower alone. It is said that the most exceptional of spirit speakers can lift boulders as tall as people. Tomosaurus warrior, Cryo Crystal Cannon. A powerful warrior from the Nightwind whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. Without exception, it is said that tribal warriors who win the acknowledgement of the Ictomosaurus must possess extraordinarily keen sense and formidable mental strength. They can even use their power to make slight alterations to the trajectory of the projectiles that they fire from their cannons. So homing bullets. Got it. Tatankasaurus warrior, Skybreaker. A powerful warrior from a land of plenty, whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. It is said that the warriors are the collective of plenty, like to deal powerful strikes while dashing at their foes, a lesson learned from the Tatankasaurus who shares their lands. This is especially true for those warriors who wield heavy weapons and claim the secret to a successful blow is to swing from the hips. Tatankasaurus warrior, Spirit Light Chaser. Oh, this one has green hair. Oh. A powerful warrior from the land of plenty whose bravery has been acknowledged and for which they may wear the Saurian crown. Among the collective of plenty, even those warriors who have painstakingly trained to use long-range weapons are known to be skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Perhaps to them, ranged weapons are better for bludgeoning than firing projectiles. Guess that's what they use for bludgeoning the enemies? A fruit basket? Wayward Hermetic Spirit Speaker. This the world boss? A priestess of the Masters of the Nightwind who has lived apart from her tribe, holding her abilities in utter solitude. It is said that her spirit-speaking powers surpass those of ordinary priests and shamans, a result of having had the protection of the Masters of the Nightwind's way up bestowed upon her, both a blessing and a curse. These powers were at first beyond her ability to control, which was why she set out to master them in isolation from her tribe. Though she has since done so, to this day she still lives in seclusion, a habit that has earned her a reputation as a loner and a recluse. Rumor has it, however, that she is more than willing to teach those who seek her guidance, though always on her own terms. Oh, so that golden part's actually her hair. Nice. And her weapon's a brush. Fantastic. Oh boy. Tapetlosaur whelp. A young Tapetlosaurus with the ability to tunnel between rocks and solid phlogiston. They have not yet formed the horns on their forehead, and their digging skills are still developing as well. It is even common to hear about young Tapetlosaurus getting trapped by rocks while practicing their digging. However, one day they will grow into a form that may travel freely even through even the toughest of soils. Tapetlosaurus. A saurian with a drill-like horn and strong claws that can tunnel through rocks and solid phlogiston. According to legend, the ancestor of all Tapetlosaurus was a massive drake as large as a mountain drake, with an exceptionally long lifespan. When it slept, mountains would form along its back, and when it woke, it would shake off the dirt and rocks, leaving behind gems and jade shining amongst its scales. The huge drill-shaped objects in the Children of Echoes are said to be the remains of that great drake's large drill horn. Is that really true? I'm not sure. That thing looks like an actual construction, a man-made object. But if it does say so, you can see like part of its feet, its claws and its drill are made of this golden thing. Probably phlogiston. I wonder if this drake, this massive drake, was actually covered in phlogiston. It'd be the toughest son of a bitch. Gohalosaur whelp. A young Koholosaurus with the ability to swim through water and liquid phlogiston. Their skin and flippers are still soft and tender, to the point that they can't even tolerate hot environments for long periods like adults. However, one day they will grow into the form that can swim freely through the water. It's gonna bite its tail. Koholosaurus. A saurian with thick, strong flippers and a long tail that can swim in water and liquid phlogiston. According to legend, more ancient dragons were even more able to adapt to the environments, and even the largest dragon in the ocean of the age floated on the surface. It could even be mistaken for an island. It is said that today's Koholosaurus are the descendants of that great sea dragon. In their broad backs, the colossal forms of those ancient sea beasts may yet be glimpsed. On their backs? You mean like that shark fin up there? Possibly. So they're nothing like Nuvalet, alright. Yumkasaur whelp. A young Yumkasaurus with the ability to spit flammogranate picton hidden in their cheek pouches out, wrapping around distant objects. Their hold on picton-coated objects isn't strong enough, nor is their sense of balance good enough to allow them to move freely through the air. Sometimes they'll even fall over to one side just sitting on their tails. However, one day, they will grow into the form that can swing freely between the trees without a care. The whelps actually sit on their tails? I didn't know that. I know these guys do. Yumkasaurus. A saurian with a powerful hind legs and a fluffy tail, capable of spitting flammogranate pectin, hidden in their cheek pouches out, wrapping around distant objects. According to legend, the original Yumkasaurus were not at all like today, but much smaller. so small that they were difficult even to see. They could roam freely with the wind, cling to the bodies of the massive dragons, or gather in groups to move about like clouds. However, in order to maintain their form after their abilities degenerated, they had no choice but to assume their current shape. They're tiny? Gluttonous Yumkasaur Mountain King. A powerful Yumkasaur that has survived both the ravages of time and countless battles, surviving until the present day. This Mountain King, who once joined forces with the great heroes against the Black Tide, holds a special place in the hearts of the Sons of the Canopy. Some tribe members believe that it has its current body shape because it has a unique physique, like the Kukusaurus Tyrant. Though in fact this is simply because it's lived for so long and eaten way too much. Black Tide mentioned again. Yeah, Nalan is Amphoreus. Well, Amphoreus is Nalan. Kukusaurus Chick. A young Kukusaur with a light, agile body. Its neck and wings have yet to fully develop, and it still has a long way to go before it can wield gaseous phlogiston. There are stories of older Kukusaurs pushing younglings off cliffs to encourage them to fly. While the truth of such tales is uncertain, as long as it keeps practicing day and night, there can be no doubt that the soft-feathered fledgling will eventually grow strong and resilient. Kukusaurus. A saurian with large, supple wings that can glide through the air for long periods. It is said that the ancestors of the Kukusaurus were the closest in form to the mighty winged dragons, and that they could soar through the sky like clouds. According to the storytellers, when the greatest of such dragons spread its wings, the entire sky would be blotted out. Of course, the Kukusaurus we see today no longer possesses such form, but the claws they hide within their downy feather coats remain as sharp as ever. Gold Flame Kukusaur Tyrant. A Kukusaurus whose body has attained a supernatural form due to enduring forces that the bodies of modern saurians cannot control. Legends say that when the giant Kukusaur, who now often dwells in a mountain fog, was young, he also once followed the heroes who saved Nalan in their adventures. It is said that one of those heroes once agreed to make the pilgrimage with him together to the volcano to save his mind back from the brink of insanity that the increasing violent power in his blood was forcing him towards. However, judging from his current title of Tyrant, that story did not have an happy ending. Oh, so this one had the Flame Lord's blessing, but it never made it to the volcano. So Flame Lord's blessing is probably that thing that's sticking out from his head. I think it's the golden marks, possibly. Or maybe that little red mark. I wonder which hero it was. Ictomosaurus Chick. A young Ictomosaur with a keen sense of perception. It has yet to grow its full plumage and may even appear a little slow on the uptake. It is said that among the saurians that now live, Ictomosaurs not only have the longest lifespans, but spend the longest time as juveniles too. They possess the capacity to communicate with the Night Kingdom or Wayup, though it may take many years before the young saurians can fully comprehend this. Oh, it's biting its feather? I don't know what that is. Mantle? Ectomosaurus. Able to use their plumage for leaping. Maybe plumage? Ectomosaurs are also the only type of saurian to have grasped how to enter the spirit speaker state. According to legend, their ancestors did not have a physical form and instead could drift like spirits between reality and the spiritual realm, manifesting themselves through the darkness of night. Some also say that the first ectomosaur to emerge from the Night Kingdom was not actually a true saurian, but rather a unique race distinct from ordinary saurians. Unique race? Tatankasaur whelp. A young Tatankasaurus that has not yet mastered full control of its powerful frame, leaving its movements clumsy. Its second set of horns are still growing out, and its back and snout are not quite strong enough to smash through rocks that block the road. Given the time to grow, it will one day be able to roam freely across the fertile plains. Tatankasaurus. A saurian with a hard, bony crest, and a powerful body suited to dashing around volcanic landscapes. According to legend, the Tatankasaurus' ancestors were so large they could use their horns to move mountains, but they lacked the agility of their smaller modern relatives. Perhaps the great power that Tatankasaurus still possess is a gift passed down through their bloodline. They have beaks? I don't know, probably. Eroding avatar of fire. Alright, lava. A strange monster that must continually absorb heat to stay in an active state. The ancient civilization used many different types of golden designs to drive the flow of phlogiston, allowing massive constructs and magnificent cities to operate under the wisdom of the golden patterns. It is said that in addition to machines with fixed structures, the creatures known as avatars of lava are actually badly damaged life forms. They were once created in the same way. However, after the flames of the sacred mountain were extinguished, most of them lost their sense of purpose and direction. So they're meant to be the ruin machines as well? But they're badly damaged? That's why they look like this? Fluid avatar of lava. A strange monster that must continually absorb heat to stay in an active state. Once a more ancient and deep fire burned across all of Nalan in myriad forms. At that time, the once great primitive residents used these fires to transmit light, heat, and wisdom. They believed that life and the soul took their initial shape from the sparks that flew when flint was struck. If it possesses any externally burning core, then even the stubborn stone can bring about life. The embers within the body of the avatar of lava seem to be the cold ash-like remnants of that ancient era. Lava Dragon Statue. The monster that can continuously generate heat to sustain its activities. Oh, it's a little different from the other one. Legends say that these monsters, with lava at their cores, are the products of a distinct line of research to the source mechanism that followed them. Research into whether the primal flame could be used to create a new race based on humans. This research undoubtedly failed, for once the Reaver arrived with their throne from beyond the skies, all that the primal flame could birth were hollow shells whose nominal life force granted them no more consciousness than a stone. All that the primal flame could birth were hollow shells whose nominal life force granted them No more consciousness than the stone. These were created at a time when the primordial one arrived. A rock cavernous way of manifestation. The children of Echoes believe in and worship the Wayob, which manifests upon the land with the power of totems and night souls. The people of Natlan believe that the Wayob dwell in the kingdom of the Lord of the Night, and have no fixed form, instead attaching themselves to anything in order to provide guidance to lost tribespeople. Wayob manifestations are particularly special, and the figure revealed through the totems often has an important purpose. The children of Echoes believe that their Wayob has the power to shape the mountains and valleys, and can control echoes created when rock meets stone. It's rather strange. Kind of looks like an angel of sorts. Flow inverted Wayob manifestation. The people of the springs believe in and worship the Wayob, which manifests upon the land with the power of totems and night souls. The so-called Wayob is the belief that gradually formed primarily from the tribes and obsidian totems after the people of Nalan began communicating with the kingdom of the Lord of the Night. A Wayob is a consciousness of collective thought and the home of the ancestors' souls. The people of the springs believe their Wayob has the power to control the tides and waves, and can control the changes of flowing and still dead waters alike. The power of belief shapes their powers. Polyar Swift Wayob manifestation. The Scions of the Canopy believe in and worship the Wayob, which manifests upon the land with the power of totems and night souls. In the stories of the storytellers, Wayob manifestations often appear as the messengers of trials or guides to the kingdom of the Lord of the Night. A Saurian crowned warrior once said that he fought with the Wayob in a trance while practicing his skills, and doing so gained deeper understanding. The Scions of the Canopy believe their Wayob has the power to control the growth of fruits and leaves, and can also control the roots of crops and draw the patterns of the veins of leaves. Biting cold Wayob manifestation. The Masters of the Night Wind believe in and worship the Wayob, which manifests upon the land with the power of totems and night souls. The Masters of the Night Wind have tried using many mediums to communicate with the Night Kingdom. Eventually, they discovered that the medium that allowed them to establish the most stable connection with Wayob was obsidian. So that's why there's so many obsidian. This may explain why, over the ages, Wayob manifestations have taken on a form that represents a stone statue. The Masters of the Night Wind believe their Wayob has the power to control the process of freezing and crystallization, and can also command both fixedness and mutability. Fixedness and mutability? What does it even mean? Burning a flame Wayob manifestation. The Flower Feather clan believe in and worship the Wayob, which manifests upon the land with the power of totems and night souls. They say that long ago, Wayob manifestations looked very different from how they do today, taking on a rougher form that was more akin to that of an obsidian statue. But once their outline had been recorded in woven scrolls, there have been few changes in their appearance since. The people of the Flower Feather clan believe their wild has the power to control the fire and burning flames, and can also control the flow of heat and blazing winds. So their forms were not fixed. It's only when they were recorded that their forms became like this. I see. Thundering Wayab manifestation. The collective of plenty believe in and worship the Wayab, which manifests upon the land with the power of totems and night souls. According to the tribal legend, the Wayab has taken on countless forms in the dim pre-dawn darkness, where faces were hidden in shadows. The Wayab would wrestle with the mightiest tribal warriors, with neither side prevailing. The collective of plenty believes their Wayab has the power to control thunder and speed, and can bestow abundant harvests upon the land. Furnace Shell Mountain Weasel. An ancient variant of mountain weasel that has adapted to a unique phlogiston-rich environment isolated from the outside world. By consuming creatures rich in phlogiston, this species accumulates power in the shell it holds. After a prolonged existence in the ruins of the sacred mountain, its affinity full of phlogiston seems to have caused it to be influenced by the source mechanisms within the ruins, creating a unique symbiotic relationship between them. Yeah, it has the core, has the ring. Lord of Eroded Primal Fire. Nice. I like the two blades. And that's symbolic of finance. I mean, flame reavers. Two blades. A fell dragon congealed from the power of pitch black darkness. A monster of the void known as both the Reaper of the Abyss and Gossothoth. He is able to corrupt memories contained within the ley lines of the earth, congealing them into tangible forces of catastrophic portent. From these memories that since time immemorial have flowed below the land, he has managed to extract the remnant will of a primordial elemental dragon, sovereign, drawing it out like marrow to repurpose as the foundation of its own fabricated image. But is it truly a mere image? Brought back by the very otherworldly forces it had once resisted. A once dead dragon opens its eyes anew, forsaking all in this brief dream of a resurrection. Trapped perpetually in the final day of his existence by this pitch-black gospel, its boundless fury has consumed all reason. Now what remains is its unrelenting lust for battle, burning on without end. Poor Shuokotl. The game before the gates. Nice. A soldier entity born into being through the skills of various members of the Hexen Circle. Although their technological underpinnings are far from abstruse, and touch not upon the profound wisdom of the universe's core, yet as guards of the gate's final threshold, they are a metaphor in and of themselves. This world may be governed by rules, but for those who manage to cross its verge, such constraints no longer apply. Okay. I'm gonna go visit the little one's abode. Here it is. He's back. Nah, hatched. It's not him. But hey, a little Tapetlosaurus.
He doesn't have that flaming pattern on his horn. This isn't hash brown. Hey, where'd this little guy come from?
The saurian egg from Ochkanat.
Oh, is the saurian egg from back then?
Roar?
So that was a Tapetlosaurus egg. Paimon remembers the person protecting the egg gave it a name. So this little one would be a guara, right?
Roar!
Oh, it looks like you know your own name.
Roar?
Just like Hash Brown, this little guy doesn't have a home anymore. Why not come home with us? Paimon and Dumpy are the bestest at making friends with Tapetlosaurus.
Roar! Roar!
Paimon knew you'd say yes.
You put a red cloth on a guara just as you once did with your former companion. Ah, it's not right.
Last winter, that scarf grew up to become a very, very special guy. Aguara, Paimon hopes you'll be just like him and grow up happy and healthy.
Young Tapetlosaurus, bearing the name Cunning. Oh my god. I can't bother reading all this. Look at all this fucking lore, man. How are you supposed to do this? Hmm? Yeah, it's a bit much. Oh my god, my throat's hurting just looking at it. Anyway, let's do this. Go to challenge. Just don't give me the same shit. Ascension of the Brave. Kinich Tapetlosaurus. Okay. hell? What did I get hit by? Damn it. That son of a bitch. Participate, son of a bitch. Great steam swept charge. Wolani and Kukusor. Okay, easy enough. actually got me. God damn it. Just kept plunging on me. They plunge on the winner. Oh well, whatever. Okay, let's keep reading. Shit. Ancient scarlet plume finch. Ancient species of finch with feathers that blaze like fire. Though no conclusive evidence exists, passionate finch researchers have long speculated that these birds in ancient times once boasted longer plumage and larger bodies. This isolated species may serve as proof of their theories. A noble and elegant bird with a pair of broad wings and long slender legs. This species of bird was once mistaken for a relative of cuckosaurs due to their distinctive body shapes and coloration. It was not until a number of knowledgeable people learned how to get close to them and studied them in detail that their true nature was understood. This is the reason behind the red flamingo's nickname, the Toothless Saurians. The story of this misunderstanding was chronicled by the Flower Feather clan and has become a source of inspiration for many a song. Halberd Crestbird. A medium-sized bird that can be found in Nalan. Its huge crest looks like the blade of a halberd. It is an excellent deterrent. Even the fiercest monsters think twice before trying to hunt them. It is said that the crests of adult halberd crestbirds are as heavy as a one-handed sword, and their bones are quite sturdy. This even allows their crests to penetrate thin, light shields when they charge at full speed. Some warriors of the Collective of Plenty have taken note of this, and specifically seek out wild halberd crestbirds to see whose head is harder, attempting to temper their own bodies through such competitions until they become as strong as steel. Really? They can pierce a shield with that? Thick-feathered ruffed pheasant. A medium-sized bird that can be found in Nalan. It wears a luxurious coat of brilliant green feathers, seemingly with delicate silky ruff, while its tail feathers are as gorgeous as budding flowers. Perhaps on account of its all too luxuriant feathers, akin to a field of flammable flowers. This bird is still afraid of fire, despite living in Natlan's heat. In addition, while other birds may appear fluffy but are actually quite sturdy, what the thick-feathered ruffed pheasant has beneath its thick feathers is a very thick round layer of fat. Thus it strains itself even by flying normally, and has been called a potted plant with the wings that can't fly, but the size of the canopy. Flow current bird. A peculiar bird that can walk on 2 feet yet cannot spread its wings to fly. Lively and friendly, they are often found in habitats close to water in groups or floating on their backs in the water without a care in the world. Flow current birds are shaped like a thin-necked bottle, swaying unsteadily as they walk, its wings fluttering clumsily. Due to their relative friendliness towards all other creatures, their lack of aggression even when angry, and the fact that even adult flow current birds are no taller or heavier than a human child. The people of the springs are quite happy to let their children play with them. Flow firebird. Peculiar bird that can walk on 2 feet yet cannot spring its wings to fly. Lively and friendly, they are only found in specific areas such as underground caves. The flow current bird species, known as flow firebirds, love high temperatures and have feathers that can withstand the high temperatures of burning liquid phlogiston. To them, a pool of magma that would be dangerous to other creatures is like a hot bath at just the right temperature. Perhaps the reason that other areas of Nalan seem a bit too cold to this creature is because it is used to the heat of liquid phlogiston. Should it accidentally find itself outside of its preferred caves, flow firebirds might even search far and wide for the campfires of adventurers to stay warm. Ancient glazeback turtle. A reptile with a thick shell encrusted with small, solid phlogiston crystals, similar to other turtles in Tevat, but this species lives in phlogiston-rich areas, which give rise to numerous deposits of solid phlogiston on its shell. Some specimens have been known to appear outside the volcano due to eruptions. After studying them, researchers believe that these turtles have evolved at a slower pace than their modern-day counterparts. So they're slower turtles? Kakaua goat. These gentle beasts can be found all over Tevat, and were among the earliest to be domesticated by humans. Contrary to what the name might suggest, Kakakua goats do not give off a uniquely bitter odor. Kakaua. This unforgettable name originates from the hue of their wool, which closely resembles that of food and drink made from cacahuatl. For traditional Nalan dyers, achieving a chocolate or socotl color is not an easy task, as the slightest mistake might result in a dirty-looking finish like rain-soaked mud. The wool of these robustly built Kakaua goats has a smooth texture and a clean, chocolatey tone, which is why they are so highly valued by poachers. Brown deer. The brown deer is a creature with a reddish-brown body, but its fiery passion is only shown when wrestling with its own kind. Under most circumstances, this animal is peaceful and will not attack other creatures without good reason. The iconic antlers of the brown deer are a symbol of the individual's strength. Generally speaking, the larger the antlers of a male deer, the greater the power they contain and more authority they have in the herd. And the people of Natlan who live in harmony with the brown deer will hang ornaments such as ribbons and firefly lamps from the antlers to make them still more magnificent. But what does the deer think about that? Alpaca. These floofy, furry, four-legged camelids are elegant and gentle, and get along very well with humans, just like good partners who understand one another. Although they look very different, this animal is indeed a distant relative of the sumpter beast, and is also of some relation to the fluff fleece goat. Good at carrying goods over long distances, they are a merchant's best friend. When it's time to rest, you can even snuggle up against them to enjoy a soft, sweet sleep. Generally speaking, alpacas grow fleece very fast. In order to prevent them from being knocked flat out by the hot climate, people have to trim the alpacas every once in a while. As fortune would have it, the wool made from their fleece is also a superb material for making cloth. Fantastic. But how they survive naturally? They just don't go out in the sun? Is that it? Capybara. These herbivores, which often dwell close to the water, are famous for their steely, stoic, won't even twitch if lightning strikes right next to their toes disposition. Tourists consider them to be the paragon of animal friends. Capybaras like to zone out while having a soak in the water, or sun themselves on the shore, and it's quite common for them to barely move for most of the day, as though not a single thing in the world could possibly perturb their calm demeanor and make them anxious. Despite their fluffy appearance, their hairs are actually quite hard and tough. If you pet them in the same direction as their coat of hair, it feels relatively smooth. But should you pet them in the opposite direction, you may end up with a scratched hand. Perhaps that is the reason even famished predators do not regard these completely harmless and quite defenseless little friends as prey. They have a steel coat. Long-necked rhino. A beast with a massive body and a particularly long, slender neck. He is like a walking tree, and found only in Natlan. People arriving in Natlan for the first time often think the long-necked rhino is also a type of saurian, but that is not the case at all. It's just big in terms of size alone. There aren't many animals in any corner of Teyvat that can compare with it. Thanks to its overwhelming advantage in size and weight, it can face down predators without even blinking. All it needs to do is lift a leg and take a single step, and it can stun the fiercest of beasts into a hasty retreat. Perhaps this is another reason for the long-necked rhino's generally slow and unhurried temperament. Nah, it's just heavy to move around. Flying squirrel. Small animals with a unique body structure. They can spread their limbs and use their tough wing membranes to glide in the air currents when jumping from a height, reaching places that are difficult for other terrestrial animals to reach. The techniques flying squirrels use to get around are not dissimilar from those used by wing gliders. A legend holds that once several adventurers who visited Natlan attempted to conduct in-depth research on flying squirrels, but the little guys often let their pride run loose while they were riding the wind. It was thus quite difficult to keep up with them, let alone observe their movements in any great detail. Since then, the title of Flying Squirrel Level has been circulated via the Adventurers Guild Natlan's branch, which is used to describe those supreme masters who have perfected the art of using wing gliders to the point that they glide as agilely as a flying squirrel. Apparently I read those. Anyway, Magma Rapid Fighting Fish. Despite the name it has been given, this creature is not actually a fish, but a medium-sized amphibian. It has a rather unique appearance with a distinctive flat head and bears a striking resemblance to a fist blade. giving it the look of being constantly ready for fierce battles with its natural enemies. In fact, they are gentle in nature and not aggressive in the slightest. The real purpose of their formidable-looking blades is to reduce water resistance when swimming through rivers. Thanks to their special head structure, they can navigate swiftly against the flow of turbulent currents, earning them the name rapid-fighting fish. This subspecies of rapid-fighting fish, living as they do in liquid phlogiston, possess exceptionally tough skins that are particularly resilient to high temperatures, earning them the moniker the fish that can't be grilled. Of course, most fishing enthusiasts who get their hands on a magma rapid-fighting fish tend to treat them as precious ornamental fish, nurturing them with loving care, rather than sending them to the kitchen. Wonder what they'll be like on land. Look at him. So fat. Green wave sunfish. A medium-sized fish with a flat body and gentle temperament. These fish are considered to be part of the least irritable creatures in the waters of Narlan. Capable of consuming almost anything, their utterly indiscriminate eating habits make them natural cleaners of the underwater world, a trait that has earned them high praise among locals. Legend has it that in the distant past, green wave sunfish inhabited waters where the nutrient levels were excessively high, to the point that thick layers of algae would float upon the surface. It was thanks to their presence that this algae was kept in check. Even today, the crystal clear azure waters of the people of the springs may be in part a testament to their contribution. Very nice. Phony phlogiston unihorn fish. A peculiar type of fish with a single horn. Round and firm, its belly is as bouncy as a balloon. The horn-shaped crystals that grow on the head have some similarities to solid phlogiston. The research indicates that these horns are clear and sparkling when they are newly hatched, like polished glass. But after living in a liquid phlogiston environment for an extended period, the accumulation of numerous colored substances causes the current colorful appearance. Gives rise to their joking nickname of phony phlogiston. Every few years, the phony phlogiston crystal on the unicorn fish's head will slough off fragments as it grows, and these fragments are incredibly precious ingredients for creating dyes. Graffiti aficionados consider them to capture the color of flame. It's a beautiful color. I'm not sure why these weren't part of the thing, but whatever. Floral rapid fighting fish. Owing to their vivid pink hue, these rapid fighting fish have been given the prefix floral, which has caused some tourists to mistakenly associate them with the flower feather clan or cucusaurs. It's said that this color provides particularly effective camouflage against their natural adversaries, especially when in shallow waters against a backdrop of reddish-brown rocks. Diving rapid fighting fish. These bluish-toned rapid fighting fish are capable of diving down into deeper waters, but due to their fondness for the warmth of direct sunlight, as well as all the fun they have while playing with young coalosaurs, they tend not to stay at the bottom for very long. The sunfish. In some folktales, the intertwining colors with which the skins of these sunfish are adorned, with the bright red and light blues, are said to be the result of them having drunk the remnants of the sunset. Both sunlight and firelight are cherished and revered by the people of Natlan. As such, writers from Lear and Fontaine have seen this story as epitomizing the unique romance of Natlan. Pseudo-shark unicorn fish. Peculiar type of fish with a single horn, round and firm. Its belly is bouncy as a balloon. Actually, there really isn't a balloon like swimming bladder in there. While the phony phlogiston unicorn fish can provide graffiti enthusiasts with precious paints, they can only live in liquid phlogiston environments. Thus, the Graffiti Alliance began to explore raising this kind of fish in ordinary aqueous environments. To accomplish this, the previous Graffiti Alliance's leader's previous predecessor began to work on the Nylon Fishing with the Nylon Fishing Association, expending an enormous sum to import clockwork fish from Fontaine, using maintenance mech tech to build an ecological simulation mech with onboard data collection capabilities and conduct extensive observations and research. Alas, the results were most disappointing. The horn-like crystal structures on unicorn fish heads ceased to shine with flame-like light after the fish left their liquid phlogiston environment, and so the plan ended in failure. Fortunately, due to the way their dorsal fin extends above the water while they swim, these mech unicorn fish look kind of like sharks from a distance. Thanks to this, the people of the springs ended up buying an appropriate quantity of these pseudo-shark unicorn fish from the Graffiti Alliance and the Nylon Fishing Association. They were used for giving tourists who go surfing a thrilling yet safe experience, as well as to scare lawbreakers in certain waters. Pyro Crystal Fly. A glittering pyro creature that is the product of a rising and condensing elements, and which feeds off the ubiquitous power of pyro. No matter what state the phlogiston is in, what the source of the flame is, or what degree of warmth it provides, is all food for the pyro crystal fly. And the pyro crystal flies with their red-hot flames, in turn, carry the passion to struggle and strive throughout all of Nutland, completing the cycle of burning over and over again. Phlogiston Aphid. A curious creature that loves phlogiston and dances around flames. Just as bees are brewers that use pollen, phlogiston aphids are also known as chefs of phlogiston due to their own special organs. In the eyes of some creatures of Nylon that make use of phlogiston, phlogiston processed by phlogiston aphids is simply more delicious. Should there be a large concentration of phlogiston aphids gathered somewhere in the wild, that means high-quality phlogiston may be found there. Some masters of the Nightwind phlogiston engravers will raise phlogiston aphids specifically to pre-process the phlogiston they use. So Auroron should have plenty, right? Crystal Beetle. A beetle with a lively, energetic personality that carries a block of crystal-like solid phlogiston. The crystal beetle's magnificent appearance can attract other creatures from afar. Should they prove friendly, the crystal beetle will play with the other party, and every time they can become friends. Should the other party have ulterior motives, then the crystal beetle will use its rock-hard body to make them regret it. It is said that the crystal beetles have the special ability to perceive certain ores and minerals. Some miners from the Children of Echoes put this incredible faculty to good use, making friends with a few crystal beetles and asking them to lend a Tarsus when they head down into the mines. Tarsus? How's a Tarsus? Anyway, time to keep going. What? Not up to date. Excuse me? Not up to date? Give me a second. All right. Let's do it. Trails of glimmering obsidian. Think I've done this? Sit lolly. No, I haven't. Yumkasaurus. Flame granite. The challenges are explosive barrels.
星々よ、空に帰りなさい。星々よ。煙のように舞い上がれ。頭上に用心。頭上に用心。
I just run around the edge then. Yeah, dang. The hell? What are you doing?
星々よ、空に帰りなさい。
So rude.
受け止められる？受け止められる？頭上に用心。いい度胸ね。上までお願い。
Take this.
受け止められる？
Yeah. 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 See ya!
煙のように舞い上がれ。受け止められる？星々よ、空に帰りなさい。頭上に用心。星々よ、空に帰りなさい。
Oh no!
煙のように舞い上がれ。煙のように舞い上がれ。受け止められる？受け止められる？
Damn it.
頭上に用心。
I feel like the one that actually gets to become the Saurian actually has the highest chance of winning. Oh well, whatever. What should I read next anyway? Some books. Books will be good. Read all the characters, all the living beings that I have. Just gotta read some books. Probably can read 1 or 2 books, depending on how much their volumes they have. It's taking a while. Battle of Brain versus Brawn. Veresa Ectomosaurs. Homing explosives. Sounds nice. Matador monitor and collect trial coins. Okay. 700. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's more than 50. Nice. I am just the best. We'll do the last one, then read some books. No, should I read some books and then I'll do the last one. Nah, let's just do it. We're right here. Maybe this time I'll fail a bit. That can actually be a Zarian. Tides and Tempests. Chaska, Qualosaurus. Fuck. The hell's going on? Fuck. What an end. So confused. Did I win? I won! Poor Jessa. It seems like that cyclone is homing. So I think that's what it is. And when it's homing, it pulls in the player it's homing towards. It's just the closest player. Oh, damn it. Is there something to say, little Vijay? Nothing to say. Oh well, whatever. Now this is done. Not now, Jiros. Noted.
無事今日の依頼星と深淵
Oh yeah. That expedition was from yesterday, but I couldn't claim it because, yeah. Anyway, what am I doing? Reading some books, that's right. I just find it very peaceful here. Advise the captain. Just trying to check. 5 days. That means I have one more stream of this. Another Audible. And then the new patch begins. I'm not sure if I'll get Skirk. Still debating. Or should I read materials? Maybe materials would be better. Because I got a shit ton of materials. Grain fruit. This plant is named after the giant grains that grow along the cob. Legend has it that there was a period in ancient times when the tribesfolk faced a desperate plight. The earth refused to accept their seeds, and as such, they could not obtain food from the land. At that time, the priest Magan heeded the guidance of the night spirits, who told him to dredge up silt from this riverbed and plant animal teeth within it. He then stood in the silt, cut himself, and watered the crop with his own blood. Good day. The result was that the teeth sprouted and began to grow upwards, using the priest's body as a support, finally transforming into the plant that we now call grain fruit. According to a tradition of ancient origin, the shaft of the grain fruit plant must never be casually disposed of, for it is believed to be the physical transformation and embodiment of Magan's self-sacrifice. They just said, dredge up silt from the riverbed and plant animal teeth within it. Never said use your own blood. Or stand there and be consumed by the damn fruit. Oh well, whatever. Candlecap mushroom. A fungus that grows on cliff faces at the foot of mountains. and which shines like a little lamp. You can feel a hint of warmth when your hand draws close. According to some storytellers, these candlecap mushrooms are tended by mysterious spirits known as Manitou. It is said that these peculiar spirits hide beneath the candlecap mushrooms on rainy days, and that when the mushrooms start to grow dim, they're responsible for lighting them back up again. But why? Amber core flower, a strange flower that can be found all over the plains and highlands. Mature buds will bloom after being hit. Places where amber core flowers grow in abundance are referred to by Nalan locals as ground once trodden by the mighty Shibalanke. The nectar that these flowers contain within their cores is so sweet that it leaves a burning sensation on the tongues and lips of those who taste it. Extremely popular among Nalan tribesfolk, their unrelenting glow prior to withering is viewed as a symbol of passion and zeal. Though none recall when the custom began, before entering the stadium of the sacred flame, tribal warriors have offered up the cores of these flowers in temples as part of their bid for victory and glory. Spinel fruit. The crystalline trees that grow widely in areas with liquid phlogiston produce these gem-shaped fruits after absorbing phlogiston. In some ancient woven scrolls, especially in some versions of stories relating to Waksa Klahun Uba Khan, spinel fruit were often disguised as gems in a ploy to deceive the dragon that had made its lair within the sacred mountain. Blinded by greed, it is said that to have surrendered the flaming seeds of phlogiston in exchange for these deceptive sparkling fruits. By the time the dragon realized it had been duped, Waksa Klahun Uba Khan was, of course, already long gone. Stories related to spinel fruit have generally followed a similar pattern. I don't think that happened. Because he was a scientist, he would have known how liquid phlogiston worked, as well as golden engravings. Kakaoatl. I think I really like this fruit. A crop rich in flavor, the fleshy part itself features a unique bitterness, and its seeds, after being fermented and baked, can be made into other delicacies. In Nalan, there is a proverb that goes, "Those that sow kaka shall reap kakaatl." In essence, it means that those who sow bitterness shall reap bitter fruit. And you shouldn't go asking for trouble. I see. Red berry shroom. An ordinary-looking mushroom with an extraordinary flavor. Only grows near the orchard at Varessa's house. Since Paimon gave it a cute name, its taste must have been truly memorable for her. It has a fruity flavor when eaten raw, but exposing it to heat brings out a rich mushroomy aroma, making it the perfect pairing for a slightly fatty steak. The chefs of the Collective of Plenty are planning to promote this mushroom through an event known as Epic Feast Showdown. And they have unlimited sources of it. Saurian Claw Succulent. A succulent shaped like the paw of a great animal. They said that there was a time when the plants that grew here could shapeshift at will, almost as if they were some kind of enigmatic dragons. Some would appear poisonous or dangerous in other ways to avoid being eaten by herbivores. If this is indeed true, it is not hard to understand why the Saurian Claw Succulent, true to its name, came to take on the form it still has today. Quenapa berry. Bluish, juicy berries that grow in large amounts near the sides of the canopy. Their shape is similar to that of flamegranates. Picking Quenapa berries is not anywhere near as dangerous as harvesting flamegranates, though beginners are often unable to distinguish between these berries and unripe flamegranates. Some believe that long ago there lived a brother and sister with completely different personalities, separated at a young age and raised by different tribes. They eventually died fighting one another. The hot-tempered brother transformed into the flamegranate, while the calm, unflappable sister became the Quenapa berry. Really? That's fucked up. Brilliant chrysanthemum. A flower with a shape like floating wings. Its petals sway in the unbelievably relaxed, serene manner as they are caressed by the wind. Those individuals that sought through woven scrolls have conducted research on this flower, and noted that since it was first recorded, its shape has not changed in the slightest. It is said that long ago plants would covertly transform themselves by mimicking the shapes of animals. Perhaps then, by observing its current form, we may glimpse an impression of the creatures that once roamed this very land. Not sure if that's true, but sure. Spray feather gill, a special feather-shaped species that grows by the seaside. It looks kind of like a seagrass, but is in truth a soft-bodied aquatic coral with a unique shape. It is said that koalasaurs of the people of the springs love to snack upon them. Glowing horn shroom, a fungus that glows with a faint light in the darkness. It resembles the horn-shaped crest of the Ictomosaurus. According to the storytellers, the first person to combine phlogiston engraving with oil-painted graffiti was a priest from the Masters of the Nightwind. Wouldn't surprise me. Despite being a nameless deviant, it was this priest who, having sensed the power that these mushrooms held, decided to collect their fluorescent and mix it with paint. This led to the birth of Night Spirit graffiti, an art that later spread all across Tezcatlipoca range. I think I know the one. Withering purple bloom, a flower, the leaves and petals of which look scorched and withered. They can often be seen in places where ash abounds. From the name purple bloom, you would assume that their colors would be deeper and more vibrant. Yet even these flowers, once so cherished by the people of Cinder City, could not escape being tainted by the cankering shadow that enveloped the entire city. In the end, they too were consumed by the god's raging inferno. Even today, simply by observing their charred, desiccated leaves, one gets a vague sense of the all-engulfing power of that raging fire that once melted a city entire. Sky Split Gem Bloom. The exterior of the flower resembles a strange stony plant. Only in bloom does it reveal a resplendent crystal-like core. It is said that not all sky split gem blooms successfully bloom during this flowering period. Sometimes the very outer shell meant to protect the plant's inner core may be too rigid, causing the plant to miss its chance to ever blossom. The collective of Plenty's tribespeople often use the gem bloom as a metaphor, suggesting that one must be patient in their pursuit of strength and avoid pushing themselves too hard, too fast. There is like a gem in the middle. Dracolite. Formed in areas rich in phlogiston, these red scale-like crystals are blazing hot to the touch. These are commonly found around the great volcano of Tolan, possibly due to periodic volcanic eruptions infusing the surrounding rocks with phlogiston. Legend has it that a brave warrior once fought a dragon and cleaved scales from the beast's neck, and when the scales fell to the ground they turned into dracolite. Heat quelling soup. Baiju's specialty. This isn't actually medicine, merely something that can alleviate dryness. As Baiju's concerned voice echoes in your ears, a bowl of lustrous fruit soup greets your gaze. This dish didn't used to have sugar, but he was worried that you wouldn't be used to the bitter taste, so he added some to it, added Changsheng. Pour la Justice. Farina's specialty. Pour la Justice means veneration of justice in Fontaine, and she who once performed on the greatest of stages bore witness to the birth of sublime justice. Its layers flayed flavors seem to swell and fade like the waves of the sea, before finally relaxing as though laying down a heavy burden. Perhaps it reflects something she personally experienced. Yummy Yum Cha. Calming specialty. Row upon row of lifelike swanny buns sit. Never seen a swanny bun before. Pretty within the steamer, bringing the formidable, clever youth leaping amidst the plum blossom pole. What's with that dumbfounded expression? Have a cup of tea first, eh? But the cheerfully smiling fellow passes you another cup. Well-balanced meal. Sichuan specialty.
You better finish it quickly, or the souffle will collapse.
Confronted with such a concerned tone and earnest gaze, you feel compelled to pick up your knife and fork. But then the sight of such familiar-looking chunks of mystery meat, combined with the still fresh memory of her nutritious shakes, puts you at a loss for what to do next. Tagged and bagged, Cloran's specialty. It consists of freshly caught fowl that has been, but only very slightly roasted. Your initial apprehension quickly vanishes after experiencing its tender texture and refreshing aftertaste for yourself. Anyway, Cloran already took a bite herself. Surely your digestive system is as robust as a seasoned hunter is, right? Why is there food poisoning? Super delicious meat roll. Sethos's specialty. The subtle coarseness gives the pastry a satisfying chewy texture. The grilled meat is seasoned in a way that makes it stand out from the usual recipes you'd find in a market. This delicious novelty taking your taste buds by storm, sensing a desire for more. The unaffected youth sitting on one side gives you a wink and says, "Secret recipe. You won't find it anywhere else." Oh boy. A fragrant feast of flavors. Emily's specialty. The fermented fruit juice holds a subtle floral fragrance that fills your palate with woody scents, while the silken cream glides alongside, imparting both taste and flavor in moderation. The afterglow of the abundant aroma lingers on, an indelible gourmet encounter. Saurian Hunter's Reward, Kenichi's specialty. The large, richly flavored chunks of meat come in hot and spicy to boot. Ahau keeps mumbling by your side, "Consider yourself lucky to enjoy this for free. Why, in days past we would only reward ourselves thus for our true big game hunt. Indeed, you should be offering delicious fruit juice unto me for Thanksgiving." To which Kenichi helpfully supplies, "Just eat, ignore his nonsense." Impeccably organized. Kachina's specialty. The chips are arrayed in neat rows, fried just right. In their crunchy deliciousness, you can see Kachina's earnestness and care. Would it be too much motivation for her if you were to tell her how you felt about the dish plus some compliments? Fruit-flavored milk candies. Shilonen's specialty. As you sit side by side atop the tree, she passes you an exquisite box filled with variously shaped candies. Kakato is actually considered a kind of fruit, so it should be fine to call candies made out of kakahato and milk. Honey glazed ceviche, Auron's specialty. This is to honor my elders. And without further ado, the fish slices were served up, glistening with juicy deliciousness. From the sweet, delicate flavor, you can tell that the sauce most likely contains honey from the highest caliber, the gathering of which must have required a great deal of thought and effort. It's not often that you get to witness such displays of filial respect. Yeah, it's just not often. Unless, Paimon does it. Moment of respite. Chaska's specialty. Piled high with ingredients, few can resist the aroma of this dish. Even someone in the midst of an argument might find their anger turn to hunger at the mere whiff of it. Wait a moment, those Saurians who were rolling around in the distance just now, why have they suddenly started looking this way too? I have no idea. Secret art. Sitlali's specialty. The fresh, tender greens are surprisingly crisp, while the grilled shrimp is firm with a hint of sweetness. The perfectly crafted shape can be easily picked up with just one hand. If only a captivating novel were at hand, paired with such a delicacy, you could easily lose yourself in it for a whole day and night. Is this the unique secret art of Granny Italy's vast knowledge. I do love myself some tacos. Dreams of healing. Yume Mizuki's specialty. A pair of adorable mini baku buns nestling together with their eyes tightly closed. Cute and carefree, they leave you wondering what sweet dreams they're lost in. Perhaps once you take a bite, you might be able to share in their wonderful reveries. There's still so many dishes. Gotta wait for their birthdays, I guess. It's probably Varissa's. Here's probably Mavuika's. Gâteau de beurre. Wait, why don't I have that? Stone Harbor delicacies. Wok-fried vegetarian food, the sense of the earth, the cool shade, and the moistness of the mist have all been enjoyed with this plate of freshness. Pair with simple white rice, both your taste buds and your soul shall experience a down-to-earth satisfaction many times over. Rainbow macarons. Small multicolored round pastries. The crisp shell wraps a thick, soft filling, and all is right with the world. Try one and it shall be as if little kitten's nose is nuzzling against your chest. Surely no one can help but fall for such an experience. Braised meatball. A classic Luya dish. Emerald green onions and the ruby red meatball complement each other perfectly, while exquisite and extraordinary knife skills make for a melt-in-your-mouth meatball. Fatty but not greasy. Guaranteed to have you praising it for all week. Don't forget to clean your plate for good luck. Buell souffle. A very small cake nestled within a buell fruit skin. It all starts with a glorious fluffy mouthfeel. Then comes the rich eggy aroma and fruity fresh flavor, suffusing your mouth, as if you had plunged headfirst into a pillowy clouds, such that the very air stings with subtle sweetness. Buell sauce duck breast. A meat dish with the fragrant fullness of fruit. The citrusy flavor of tangerine gives the succulent duck a unique, fresh sweetness. It's so irresistibly delicious that you can barely stop yourself from reaching for the next piece even before you've swallowed the last one. No matter how much Fontaine's food culture has evolved over the years, it's no surprise that this dish has always kept its place among the classics. Fricassee de poulet. A well-known Fontanian meat dish. The romantic rendezvous of cream and chicken instantly catalyzes a deep, rich aroma that lifts the spirits. It is said to be a favorite amongst Fontanians. One could feast on this fare for a lifetime and not fatigue of its fantastic flavor. Well, I do like creaminess. I do like mushrooms. I do like chicken. So it's perfect. Apple roly-poly. A traditional apple dessert. The mere aroma of the apples gives a feeling akin to situating oneself before a warm hearth. Before you can even think to slowly appreciate it, your hands move as if compelled by some other person, knife and fork in tow, reaching out for the next piece. Glittering gemstones. Multicolored biscuits. The sour and sweet jam gives off the clear luster of crystalline form, adding a shine to the crunchy treats. Such radiance, such tastiness. What could this be but equal even to the most precious jewels? Hot Spring O'Clock. A pizza made using grain fruit. The cheese pull is like a golden waterfall, descending into your mouth bedecked in juicy grain fruit. The sweetness and saltiness blend in your tongue. On your tongue, luring forth a boundless appetite within you. Even when you finish the whole thing, you could go for more. So is it meant to be, pizza? Puff Pops. A snack with lots of different flavors. These surprising flavors of these little bombs explode between your teeth. Your left and right hands work in unison, sending more hurling headlong into your mouth. Nom nom. Amid the sound of chewing, all your stress melts away. Saurus crackers. Crackers shaped like little saurians. The enticing aroma of butter draws forth the delightful interplay between the cacahuatl and grain fruit, while the cute shapes make them truly hard to put down. In the end, even the crumbs that slip through your fingers were not spared. Forest of color. A salad made from fresh fruit and vegetables. Sweet, sour, and many others constitute a forest of flavor for you to wander through, leaving you with a lasting touch of freshness from your taste buds to your heart. Grilled fish and mint sauce. Grilled fish doused in a delicious sauce. Crisp, fragrant fish skin, tender fish meat, ordinary methods, extraordinary flavor. Sour sauce ceviche. Raw pieces of fish with a fruity fragrance. The sheer fragrance bowls you over in the first wave, with sourness and spiciness bringing up the rear, granting this fish layers akin to the tides. With you, the surfer on the sea of flavor, even when the tumult has subsided, your yearning remains. Chocolate. The small spherical snacks. The texture is smooth as swan down, and as it gradually melts, the cacahuatl brings out a certain warmth that blends in time with a feather-light sweetness, with a magical final flourish that leaves smiles on everyone's faces. Cup of grain fruit. A snack made from grain fruit. The fresh, plump kernels explode on the tip of your tongue, like lovely pudding that leaves a lingering sweet aftertaste. I don't have the tacos. No meat NATO. I'm gonna have to look for those. Grain fruit meat soup. A soup that consists of a mixture of meat and vegetables. Any single spoonful includes soft meat, crunchy veggies, and a titillating spiciness. This cornucopia of shifting flavors decrees that you entertain seconds. I like that. What's this? Stuffed? Stuffed. I'll look for it. Grain fruit chips. Crispy triangular chips. Crunch, crunch, crunch go the crispy pieces. You simply cannot stop pairing it with the sweet and sour sauce. The rich fragrant cheese, the delicious shredded meat. Why does this combination have to be so delicious? Oh, so nachos. Nachos is good. It's very good. Fried shrimp bean bowls. A deep fried snack. After experiencing the culinary magic known as deep frying, this has gained a golden luster, with a crisp shell that tightly locks its juices in along with a crackling, satisfying toothsomeness. Alas for there only being 2 per dish. Alas for you desire more. Blazed meat stew. A spicy meat stew. All manner of spices bring out the rich aroma of meat. A well-tuned spiciness awakens your slumbering taste buds with its touch. As the meat meets your teeth, its rich juices spill forth, filling your heart with sumptuous joy. Not a drop, you declare, shall be spared. Not one drop. That's what she said. Barbecue beef. Heart skewers. Heart skewers. Commonly seen street-stall barbecue. The crackling flames and sizzling sounds herald the imminent feast, igniting your craving for that first bite. The firmness of thick hunks of meat, and the abundance of savory juices that burst forth with every bite, perfectly complement one another in a culinary experience that might be called bathing in barbecue bliss. Socotl. An island drink made from cacahuatl. The rich, deep fragrance of the cacahuatl is infused with a pure creaminess, tenderly caressing your tongue with the softness of smooth silk. leaving behind a touch of sweetness that is more than enough to melt your heart. Surf, turf, and perch. A large platter with a mix of meat and vegetables. Thick, juicy chunks of meat have soaked up all the spices, mingling delightfully with the crispiness of the fruit and vegetables on the tip of your tongue, touching more than just your taste buds, as your stomach is also moved to satisfaction. No wonder this dish has so many loyal fans. Volcano cake. A volcano-shaped cake. The steaming hot little volcano finds its perfect boil, and the icy cool ash cloud that rises above. Aside from its irresistible sweetness, the aroma of the flowing lava brings you a deep sense of satisfaction and comfort. Is it meant to be vanilla? Ga-ding. Mystique soup. A drink made from grain fruit. The cup is full of still, bright liquid, with the magnificent hues of a gemstone, with a stunning gradient. Its subtle fragrance and delicate sweetness combine to evoke the mysteries of an ancient tribe, leaving those that partake yearning for more. Kinda looks like one of those drinks from a HSR. Sing your heart out. This is mint. A cool flavored throat lozenge. Yeah, throat lozenge. These exquisitely crafted candies seem to send a wave of coolness down your throat. Kinda need one right now. Relieving hoarseness like bubbling spring water spilling forth and cleansing parched earth. Your voice is left sounding as clear as a newly fledged hatchling, eager to spread its wings and fly up into the sky. Really would love one of those right now. Too bad I just got water. Magmic Ode. An ancient Natlan dish. The meticulous roasting locks the juices tightly within the ingredients, while a subtle smokiness lingers like faint golden threads sewn on rare woven scrolls, elevating the flavor to new heights. A single bite will make anyone uncontrollably cheer in delight. You know, I don't mind saying golden threads here because it's so uncommon. But yeah, damn, HSR's gotta layer it off. They gotta lay it off. Chin Shin Filet. Bathhouse Manju. A filled Inazuman dessert. The crispy, flaky outer casing protects a rich and delicate filling, its sweetness dissolving on your tongue like worries melting away in a hot spring. As you eat, your tiredness vanishes without a trace, leaving you relaxed and at ease. Cheesy Crab Hot Pot. A glittering gold-topped feast. The sweetness of crab meat is like the first ray of dawn that pierces the clouds. The dense, savory aroma of cheese invites the radiance of the morning sun onto your taste buds, bathing your mouth in a warm golden glow. The sensation of bliss sweeps a soul-warming path from your tongue to your stomach, uniting all your senses in an adoration. Fruits aplenty. Fresh and flavorful fruit juice, made from a selection of the finest ingredients. This otherworldly fragrance feels like being plunged into a fruit garden, bathed in gentle dawnlight, where dew-slick fruits melt into honey on the tongue, lifting your spirits and filling you with energy. Wait, why are your legs carrying you towards the gym? The magma eggs. A jet black egg with a beautiful frosty sheen observable in its darkness. Like a chunk of black jade slumbering in the mist. It's no wonder there are rumors about how it can prolong one's lifespan. That said, one can only hope it doesn't have the opposite effect. Yeah, it'll probably just make you fart, that's about it. Cheesy mushroom skewer. A skewer covered in golden brown, mouth-watering cheese. The mushrooms are almost as thick as steak. Although they don't smell like meat, the taste is far more splendid. Oh. A single bite blesses your whole mouth, with the fragrant flavors packed within. This juicy joy overflows in abundance. Harvest Spoon. A luxurious flavor-packed meal held together by the humble grain fruit. Your anticipation soars even as the ovens heat does. And once you taste it, the sweetness of grain fruit and the savouriness of the minced meat break out into a joyful dance on your taste buds. Huh. Your hands and legs are instinctively swaying along to the beat. Petite Gâteau de Bourg, revised version. A petite version of the famous Gâteau de Bourg. The velvety sauce is like elusive silk, slipping between your fingers and alighting on your tongue, while the gentle melodies of afternoon tea circle in the air, enchanting your heart. Perhaps this little treat will appear before you again in your dreams tonight. Perhaps. Wave-kissed sands. Escoffier's inspired creation. Flowing cream crashes onto the palate like surf on the crest of a breaking wave, revealing the silky, velvety broth beneath. The soft, rich texture of the soup is a testament to the chef's masterful arts, one imbued with a mystical warmth. So it's cream and broth? Huh. Well, it does look like a beach. Ding. Gilded Hall. Escoffier's inspired creation. The crispy crust is like a small golden castle, stoutly protecting chunks of succulent eel, juicy squab, and tender foie gras, all swimming in a rich mushroom sauce. A chorus of different flavors hits your tongue at once, with a complexity and richness deserving of its own footnote in history. Escoffier's culinary tour de force is enough to move you to your very soul. Autumn Frost. Escoffier's inspired creation. Layers of swirling chestnut cream paint the outline of Mont Automniki, like a dusting of powdered sugar nestles on top, like frost clinging to the mountain slopes. The powerful aroma of chestnuts blends perfectly with the light and airy cream, leaving you licking your lips for more. You might say that Escoffier has summited the pinnacle of the culinary arts with this one. Drunken plums in snow. An elegant-looking Lear dish. The snow-like coating is soft and airy, like snowflakes gently falling onto your tongue. Then the rich, fresh crab meat quickly envelops your taste buds, like radiant, resplendent, and plum blossoms blooming amidst the lonesome, serene snowfall, captivating and enchanting. Mega meaty sushi. Is that just the one sushi? Sushi made using barbecued meat. The tender meat bursting with rich juices quickly fills every nook and cranny of your mouth. Conquering the entire plate feels like you are standing atop a lofty summit, surveying the world below with pure satisfaction as contentment wells up from deep within. Blubber cream. Aqua blue ice cream. The likeness of the earnest, adorable blubber beast printed on the cup adds a humorous touch, and the buttery creaminess is interwoven with a light silken saltiness. It is as if your senses too have been invited to embark on an unforgettable undersea odyssey, one that you hope shall never end. Crisp croissant combo. What's it paired with? A small pastry and coffee combo. Oh, it's coffee. But isn't it ice? Ice coffee? Escoffier? The two pointy pieces of bread conceal fluffy softness within crispy crusts, and the aromatic butter dances in perfect harmony with the intense coffee aroma. A match made in heaven, whether by early morning, light, or brief break hour. To partake of this lovely combo is to salve even the most exhausted soul. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's all I have time for. I'm not going to read the others because I have no time, and it's very long. Anyway, I need to go and look for food. Who sells food? Over here they sell food. Let's go look for food. You're not the food guy. It's not ready yet. Give me some food. Not quite. No, I gotta go to the tablet. Alright, it's the chests. It's gonna take some time. You think these tribes sell their own food? I'll go by and take a look. Collective of Plenty. No, they won't be up here. Healthy drinks merchant. Maybe? Capulin. Hey there, friend. Would you like to try my marvelous revitalizing energy tonic? This recipe is a secret. I'll give you the strength to beat best 10 opponents without breaking a sweat. I guarantee you'll be coming back for more. What are you selling? Healthy miracle tonic, of course. Now, my friend, you're clearly someone with a radiant glow. But what if I told you I could make you shine even brighter? This isn't just any old fruit juice. It's the confluence of ancient medicinal wisdom with modern creative techniques. It's a real deal that I can guarantee. 110%. Only the finest ingredients and most skilled labor went in composing this concoction. In fact, I guarantee that after drinking my healthy tonic, you will run faster than a weasel thief. Jump higher than a forest boar and train harder than you've ever trained before. Okay. What do you say? Would you like to try a bottle? And forest boars even jump. On closer inspection, isn't it just a nutritional supplement? No, well then, I was jumping higher than a cucosaurus sound. Wait, cucosaurus don't jump either, do they? How about a squirrel? Higher than a squirrel. Either way, it's the real deal. The real deal, I say. Just try it yourself. There's nothing more convincing than lived experience. After saying all that, he doesn't actually sell me any. That son of a bitch. Maybe they don't actually sell any here. Any food. There's a chief. Oh wait, the cooking competition, of course. I'm gonna find that chef, Uncle... Uncle who? Atto? Where am I gonna find Uncle Atto? Atoli! There you are. Operate the machine. What does this even make? Puffed grapefruit bars. Well, that's new. Yeah, totally. Legendary new dish. Is that a little overblown? Legendary dish. Ah, so you heard me just now. My apologies. I was merely wondering how best to promote my new dish. After all, the Epic Feast Showdown is about to begin. Calling it legendary might be going a little too far. Well, I'm not sure what else I can say about the Epic Feast Showdown. It's basically an eating contest. Everyone eats as much as they can, and the one who eats the most wins. It brings more people through the door and presents a great opportunity to introduce new dishes while they're here. But all that's just a bonus. The most important thing is that everyone can eat and be happy. That's the dream of every chef. Oh, so I'm just gonna find these machines and activate them, and then collect the products. Seems a bit strange, but whatever. Anyway, I'm out of time, so let's just end it. It's too late for you, inorganics. To boost lushness, peak in its weakened state, defeat local legend, Battle Goat, and Iron Claw. Oh yeah, I've seen them. Infinitesimal. Not sure about this one. Defeat Relay. Spirit of the Fallen Dawn Star. Castillo. Suho Quaddle of Chimeric Bone. And Chimali Shade. Nice. Growth. Lisa. Things have finally settled down in Mondstadt. I saw how hard you worked through it all, cutie. It certainly left a deep impression on me. Some of the knights say we should improve internal communications to avoid imposters sneaking in again. What do you think? I have full confidence in your insights, whatever they may be. But it's been a while since we got to see each other. If you were to give me a strange look when I mention my new hobbies or tastes, even for the briefest moment, that would make your dear Lisa feel just a little heartbroken. So why not take this chance to drop by for a visit? We can chat about all your latest adventures over tea. After all, I'm very curious to see how my little cutie has grown and changed. Escopier. A specified dish. Previously, Lady Farina suggested that I should try adding peppers to desserts to achieve an all-new flavor profile. Oh yeah, during the event. I'm pleased to announce that after several attempts, I've successfully managed to extract a pepper flavoring compound that retains its original fragrance while toning down its fiery kick. This should go splendidly with a variety of dessert-making ingredients. Luckily for me, today is my birthday, so I'm gonna use this new flavor to create some brand new, groundbreaking dishes. Which brings me to you, an unrivaled rising star of culinary artistry, boasting flawless insight, technique, and creativity. I don't suppose you have time for a little impromptu dinner tonight? You call the shots. Tell me the theme and style of each dish and I'll do the cooking. Just one condition. No matter how it turns out, we're finishing every last bite together. Why don't you call on Paimon? She could do it too. Gilded Hall. Gâteau de bord magnifique. Yeah, I got the Gâteau de bord. Verdant gift. Autumn frost. Huh. Well, anyway, catch you guys next time. Peach.